Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Mangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, we promised you some more SD2 action, and we are delivering. Today, just a mere 1v1, but we're getting the chance to show you another one of the new maps. This is Cell, CSEL. And frankly, we get to see, well, a real doozy. Ryan, who do we got on the left-hand side? Who's on the right?
Well, on the right hand side, we have Darrick as the second tank corps guards thing. And on the left hand side, we have Tarsh the fourth as the 78th Sturm Division.
Well, Tarsh 4, he's a transfer from the
hmm
Western Front, isn't he?
Yeah, we're seeing a few of his replays in SC44.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that already then. Um, Looking at this, I know we had a 3v3 from this past week, and folks, if you haven't checked that out, definitely do so. It's a real ripper. That cut to highlight some of the new 78th Sturm Division. But, Rang, 30 seconds. What goes on in that division?
Fourth. 32nd?
No. Give me in 30 seconds. The
Oh!
78th
I was right,
Division.
where's the 32nd Division? What did they add? But in this matchup, it's going to be pretty interesting because the seventh is the forestry map, as you can tell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the 78th is probably not going to have a good time with their rhinos and murders in this forestry map. But the Soviets, they definitely have the better CQC advantage. The T-34s are really going to love the close quarters engagements. But we'll see how it goes. At the same time, with those STG troops, there's a lot of good areas for those STG troops to really shine and, well, just shoot a lot of troops with STGs.
Now, I'm appreciating the fact that we are going to see a couple of 76 mils already set up down to the south. Just this gun's getting ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And a bit of airside spam actually coming out early on from Tarsh. So he definitely got that 12 per.
Oh, yeah. It's got a lot of sides. So, really nice, just, fill out the gaps, essentially, in your lines. I'm actually rather, I was actually rather surprised how lackluster the tanks are, but up north we got 3 T-34s and a BA-10, and it seems like he's going to be trying to, yeah, just punch through the northern side. And there's not really much in terms of AT. It's a Panzerbeutler, which could probably actually get a good kill or two. And then an IG-33 being brought in, but that's a support gun.
That is certainly true. I'm looking down a little bit further south. Now, you're saying that there's not a lot of anti-tank. I mean, there's not really any anti-tank. There's one IG-33 coming on in. That's nothing. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but I feel like that's the big downfall to a certain extent of the early 78th Division. There's
Yeah,
not a lot of infantry-based AT in the A phase. I mean,
no,
unless
there's,
really,
there's
really,
not. There's not.
invest in it.
You're correct. Like, you got some stugs you can get. You get a few Martyrs, a few Pack 40s if you want. But really, you really want to be saving those B phase and C phase cards as a much more cost card efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Really, those B phase cards are much more card efficient compared to the A phase ones. So he's going to be pretty, you know, good about keeping his AT units alive.
Worth noting, Darrick seems to be going for a very, very big setup for a push down to the south. I mean, he's
hmm
investing a lot of tanks. He's investing a lot of infantry. An entire tick of income, I would say.
Yeah, looking at this one, yeah, Derek's income is the balanced income. So he actually has pretty good. I mean, it's balanced, so it's pretty good income all around. And for Tarsi, he actually has the A phase heavy income.
Vanguard, right?
Yeah, the Vanguard, I believe. So 130, 120, and 110. So let's see if he can make a good A phase push.
Ooh, up to the north, we do have that infantry. The tanks went on through. Mitsubishi
And
did go down. What the heck did they get pushed by?
I
They're
think
falling back from what?
maybe the IG-33 before it got killed. It does shoot big kabooms, but it's gonna give TARS a little bit of time to reorganize and. I mean, yeah, new Panther boys are being brought in. Might be able to unload here now and just kill these T-34s, but he's gonna be getting them into position first. Oh no, nope,
Nope.
nope. The BA-10 just shut chat down.
Indeed, it
Another
does.
Panther boy son. He's in position. but I don't think he's in the best range to get any kills.
You mean wide out in the open? I can't imagine why you would think that.
I know, right? I don't think AT guns like being completely exposed.
Well, at least not without, a camera. They're much
Mm-hmm.
more exhibitionist more than anything else. But despite that, actually not despite that, because of that, the Soviets are delicately pushing. They are going to take that northern kind of camp point just to the south of those couple of T-34s, and they've been able to claim a little bit more in the south. Though I
Mm-hmm.
can't see them holding that. We have the two Stokes coming on in that's going to push back that BA-10, T-34, and guards in the center part of the map.
Yeah, I mean, the Stugs are not the best in CQC because, of course, they don't have a turret, but they have pretty good armor. That 90 armor versus that 100 AP gun that the Soviets have, that's pretty damn respectable. And I think in this area here, where the Stug is up north,
Mm-hmm.
if he, rates and lets T-34s come to him, he could probably knock these out, because these T-34s are the real pain in the ass in his line. Oh, instead of T-34s, that's going to be flanking around a little bit down south, so... And then he's getting the infantry reinforcements.
True. So the Sturmschützen, the BA-10 is going to get forced back instead. So the Sturmschützen, I can't help but feel the BA-10 is going to get 86 here.
Yeah, but one of the Stugs on the hill did get killed.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is engaging. But the Germans pretty much have the hill under their control, I'd say. Not by much. I mean, they got, like, some Stern Pioneers up here, but they got decent control of it.
Also worth noting that the Stokes, like you said, unless we're talking about that close-in T-34-76, the Stokes are just asserting dominance way down here. Good lord.
Yep.
BA-10 comes in, BA-10 gets bailed out.
Yeah. I really do like how the Stugs are now, because they are still more expensive than the Panzer IV, which is a bit silly historically, because, it's like,
You get 4 Stokes for one T-30.
it's like a turretless tank is much easier to produce, but, the reason being is that it does have more armor, like 15 more armor on the Panzer Force. I mean, it doesn't have a turret, you could still argue it's to be, like, same price or cheaper, but it's not as huge of a gap as it was on ST-44, where the Stugs were pretty much completely useless. Hey, we got an Ashwell being brought in.
Yeah, as I say, actually, we get another one. Tarsh is getting a little bit horny here.
Yeah, he's definitely got a very A-phase heavy deck with 78. And I'm really interested to see this, because I haven't seen anyone do an A-phase heavy deck with 78. So let's see if he can make it work.
I have this T-34 behind enemy lines. I really do, except I don't like the fact that he's having to engage to the west. I would have really hoped he could have engaged east first.
Yeah.
Burt stuck. Oh, this is bad.
That's not ideal. Oh,
Slight
slight
damage.
damage. I do love all these critical hits now. It definitely has a lot of flavour. And that T-34...
I was going to say, watch them kill each other here.
A T-34 has got the critical hit of Kaboom, and that's going to reverse the lines a little bit for Tarsh. And
Well,
he's going to get the bridgehead back.
Definitely needs it. As of right now, he's down half the amount of capture points. It's 16 to 8, so he's getting that -2 going on here.
Oh yeah, that's really great horse, and also considering he's pretty much... I mean, he still has a pretty good B-phase income, but, it's definitely A-phase heavy.
Now, one thing I'm surprised by is that we didn't really see any kind of main drive along this southern arterial, which I kind of think would have been a great opportunity.
Yeah, for both sides, it's usually a pretty interesting area to push, especially for the Soviets, because if they were to push to do rest a little bit more, you capture that town, pretty easy to hold, and you're on top of a hill, and having high ground is always a good way to go.
As we all know from watching our Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing to note about this point too is that the hills are wonderful. The hills definitely do give you eyes, which is a joke I desperately wanted to make on Saturday. But
I see.
Yes. Sorry.
No, I see.
But it was one of those things that, frankly, if you take a look at that, you don't really get. You have to get awful close. So you could stick a couple of really, fairly weak anti-tank guns, and you're going to crush. I'm surprised that people haven't tried doing that, sooner.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm looking at the map. I really do love how the map is developing as the Soviets got like his kind of thrust in the north, but the Germans are trying to, punch this like area in the middle. It definitely seems like a good 1v1 map. I mean, maybe it's a little bit too large for 1v1. Like, it could be a good 2v2 map as well, but I'm really enjoying it so far.
I will tell you, breakthrough on this map is a little bit wonky.
Oh yeah, with all the hills and forests.
Well, instead of your initial defensive lines, it's kind of all over the place.
You just have to set up really close.
Indeed, you do. No, when they first announced having capture like objectives as opposed to just straight territory, I confess I was not thrilled by the idea, but I really kind of do like
Same.
how this is implemented.
Yeah, I find that they're placed in pretty reasonable locations. Like,
Hmm.
so far, how I'm playing is when I'm pushing, I'm not really even looking at the capture points, I'm just pushing at where I think is the logical place to push.
Hmm.
And usually it's like, oh, there's a capture flag here, I didn't notice. Well, cool, I guess I could use that. But I like it a lot too, because it gives you, like, concrete objectives to push now. You know, it
And
gives you, like, a goal, like a defined goal on the map, like, take this. You take this, you get one step closer to winning.
you're gonna take it and you're gonna like it. Yep, I completely agree.
Just like Buckley's medicine.
But that's true. Down south right now, at long last, we're actually seeing 3 squads of sappers and a guard squad moving in to kind of lock back down the southern approach. We have a Ziskan that's been down here by himself. And I don't think... Do artillery pieces have a minimum range? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, I mean, that's like, that support gun can definitely shoot close range, if it's the same thing as, like, SD-44.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if it's got heat ammo, it better be able to do close range.
Mm-hmm.
But the second guards are not bringing in as much, armored firepower as I would have expected. Either that, or actually more accurately, the 78th has been placing its anti-tank asset just either absolutely perfectly or it's been really lucky.
Yeah, it's really quite interesting. Darrick's pretty much only been using the 76 T-34s for his entirety of A phase, and usually where I find a lot of guards players, sprinkle in a few 85s in A phase. But now we're into B phase, so we might have a few of those 85 T-34s now to give them a little bit of extra firepower.
Seems possible.
Indeed it does, Khan. Indeed it does. We've got Stern Pioneer on the hill, getting some flames on the T-34, doing some decent damage, but the tank does manage to back out just in... I was going to say just in the nick of time, but he had lots of time to get out of that fiery situation.
Definitely seems true as well. Trying to see from the German side of things. Is he bringing more Stugs? Nope, he's just getting more Rhinos.
Mm-hmm.
And strangely enough, he's using all of these anti-tank guns and anti-tank assets as, like... I don't know, I don't want to say assault guns, because that's what the Stug is for in the first place. But it kind of feels like that.
Well, with 78, yeah, the thing about 78, you literally don't get any proper tanks apart from the T-26, but that's like a recon. That's like a Soviet light recon tank. Like your Stags, your Nashorns, your Armadas, they're all technically tank destroyers, assault guns. So that's what you have to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's definitely hard for this map in this division because once again, Rhinos, Armadas don't have a good time in forest, but doesn't really have much of a choice. But he's doing pretty well, up north. He's making a bit of a breakthrough for certain shoots and we're seeing those Bavarians.
Mm-hmm. We've also seen this Flak 38, wow, just to the south a little bit. He's heavily engaging this tank, and probably for the first time in a long time, those light anti-aircraft pieces are, well, I think actually probably a little more utilitarian than what they used to be.
Yeah, I've been finding like Gepards, those Flak 20 mils, heck, even like the crappy ration Maxim trucks aren't that bad. Like those single 20mm AK guns can actually work as decent anti-aircraft defense now. It's quite nice compared to how goddamn terrible they were in SD-44.
Ju-88, I'm surprised it's not getting dove on right now by the Yak-1Bs, but
Yeah.
there we go. There we go. He's got to go down. It's almost for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. The Flak 38s might be able to push him?
No, I don't think so.
What the heck?
What
the
the
Yaks? Oh,
Oh,
okay,
okay,
ME-109s, yeah.
That's only
Engine, please.
it's only a recon plane run. Only has 2 machine guns. But he's still dogfighting. God, the aircraft fights look so cool now, with like all the flak in the air, and yeah,
Yes.
and the fiery depth of every airplane.
Well, you know what? These guys are like the knights of their days. They got to do
Mm-hmm.
something. They got to be a little bit kind of dramatic. Now we are seeing the Razvetka troops over here. Of course, they're packing themselves a couple of the Zooks, but definitely SVTs. We were talking about this in the last replay. You don't see SVTs, it feels like, too often, but I guess against the Sturmschützen, you definitely need a lot of help, which is, I guess, why you're going to go and start, strafing them with airplanes.
Mm-hmm. We got some T-34s that managed to capture some points in the middle, but it kind of cut off his own tanks. So I don't think he's gonna last that long if these two snipes coming down the road. They're gonna pick him.
Uh,
He's gonna pick him off piecemeal.
yeah, I mean, he's calling in the first shots now.
Yeah.
He'll get first shot. There we go, incendiary. Oof, crew panic, though. That
Yeah.
was a lot. Okay, without that crit, that could have actually gone either way. Yeah, now this is over.
Yeah. That's gonna bring it back to the Germans.
And the Germans have themselves a couple of 120 mil mortars in the back, and they're pounding the center positions over here from the Soviets.
Yeah. Really, really good hits. We got the Yaks doing some strafing. What are those Yaks doing?
One's burning.
Around. Oh yeah. And they're both gonna get out of dodge. And up north, that push has really developed quite well. The Germans managed to push to the barracks area, and they got the Nashorn looking down the road. And still, the Soviets are only using 76 T-74s. Oh no, never mind. This is a T-34-85. Right as I say that being brought out. But it's quite an interesting choice. Like once again, you see people, especially by now, are getting a lot of those 85s, T-34s out.
Ooh. Now, one thing I was a little surprised by, I think that the Soviets kind of didn't really reinforce this northern flank very much. You can see right now we have 3 different capture points that really should not be in German hands, let's be honest.
Yeah, Pete, that was a real easy push, for Tarsh up north. Really opened up the gates. I mean, it definitely seems like Soviets been focused on that middle push and trying to get that going, but right now he's kind of fallen to Tarsh's defences. And they got more thugs being brought in. And that T-34's up north, just getting picked off. I think he did lose the Nashorn up north.
He did. He did. It was a site damaged one though too, so it was
damaged goods.
It was a wounded prey, It was wounded. It was a wounded animal. Now, one thing though is you do not want to be engaging these strokes in a distance fight. Not for nothing. That is not a Sherman, and treating it that way is a big mistake.
Yeah.
And there we go. There we go. So the Russians have lost pretty much their entire northern flank again, throwing in these piecemeal... Okay. This one thing I don't really like quite as much is that since you are more inclined to blob in this particular game, I feel like people also still commit materials piecemeal. Just overall in
Oh
general.
yeah, people still do that. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem with like... That's kind of like RTS game 101 in a sense. Like in any RTS game, like Age of Empires, StarCraft, you never want to do a piecemeal attack. Or, yeah, like piecemeal attack. You always want to gather everything and then push.
Hit him with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, hit him with a sledgehammer, not with your, regular Phillips. Do Phillips make hammers? They make screwdrivers. But do they make hammers?
I have no idea.
They probably
I have
make
absolutely
hammers.
no idea.
I mean, you could use a screwdriver as a hammer if you really want.
No, but at that point, you are more accurately screwed than hammered.
God damn it. God damn it.
Well, and if anything, if I want a screwdriver, it better have vodka in it,
Oh yeah, it's a Russian screwdriver.
Now, kind of interesting, the Germans have been able to take this northern hillside for the most part, and really, honestly, they've regressed to the south and taken about 2/3 of the southern one, too, and this one's not an inconsiderable position. Which is weird, honestly, because the Germans, the 78th is good, but when the closer you get, the more powerful a lot of the Soviet infantry gets, too.
Yeah, yeah. It's once again, German infantry do better at longer range compared to closer range. At the same time, the 78th, I'd say, have the infantry advantage, as they just have more infantry slots in their deck compared to the Soviet tank division. So when it comes to infantry attrition, Tarsh should be on the better side of that.
You know, I want to agree with you somewhat, but I feel like at the same time, though, the quality of their infantry is not as high,
I've
as a
got,
possibility.
then we got the Bavarings and Urset's troop, which are
Yeah.
alright. But at the same time, we do have, like, yeah, most of it is, but we got a few Begalites and some Stern Pioneers.
Yeah, but you're
Oh,
getting. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, I
we're
kind of
we're
see what
phase
you
B
mean.
though too, because at that point too, you're saying, okay, that's great, but I'm getting 4 to a card. I'm getting 6 to a card,
Yeah,
which doesn't sound like that shouldn't go that far. But this is a different scale.
yeah, I mean, yeah, well, Bavarings are alright. I mean, once again, it's just like SD-44. Those
Oh yeah,
Bavarings are really just meat shields.
yeah.
They're super Urset squads.
There's this one Stug up to the north. He is halfway through his AP rounds. He's just been barraging this freaking
Oh,
roadside the
yeah.
entire time.
I really do love that, how it's like light forest now. So,
Hmm.
like the Stug, it has bad stealth, which sounds bad, but it's better than the other tanks, which have very bad stealth. So you can actually hide it in a light forest and use it as like, ambush, which is what the Stugs kind of did in other tank destroyers. It's great.
That Longing guy, I want to know how many kills he's gotten because I've seen him get 4 kills by itself.
And he has a load of wounded as well. It's
Yes,
nuts. And he's got the Pack 40 coming
yes.
in, going to be getting some in this action.
But man, it's kicking off right now in the center. It's been a constant infantry fight here to the center part of the entire
Mm-hmm.
field. Now, unfortunately for the Germans, they are kind of getting pinched a bit. Not a ton, but just enough. It's going to cause some issues.
Yeah, middle is definitely not looking all that nice. So the T-34, I was about to say it's engaged in a strike, but the strike is forward back due to the gun being jammed. At the same time, T-34 has a load of wounded as well. But, I think it's really going to come down to if he can kill the T-34 in that middle maneuver, then he should be able to push back the Soviets if he just gets a tank of his own.
That seems pretty accurate. Now, we are going to see the power of the Stormschützen. You have sung the
I,
praises of these kinds of squads
I love
already.
him. I really love Sturm It's like, let's just give everyone STGs. And
Okay,
it
well, Stormschützen.
works.
Okay, oh no, so the T-34-85 is like, oh, shnikes, we're
Hmm.
losing our infantry support. Stormschützen's going to come up against a full sapper squad, and this is going to be interesting. Okay, no,
Oh
they're
no.
going to go down.
Yep. Pinned down and now wants to get out of there. But Tarsh is still losing slowly. He does have the +1, or Darrick does have the +1 point advantage, I should really say, over Tarsh. But Tarsh really does feel like he has momentum, especially in his northern middle assault. Yeah, but at the same time, a lot of his infantry in that northern assault have been pinned down. And we still have the SU-85 and T-34 up north, which are still alive and kicking.
It would definitely seem that way, wouldn't it?
They are definitely alive, and they're definitely kicking. And by kicking, I mean shooting guns at Stugs.
Well, that one Stug. Oh no, he's still up. I thought he died for a second. Nope,
Oh
he's
no.
fallen back a couple hundred meters.
But yeah, the
That is.
flanking Stug south of the SU, man's killed T-34. If he can kill that other SU, yeah, and the Germans could probably retake that barracks area if they just bring in some more infantry.
Oh, up to the north?
Yeah,
Yeah,
up
but at the
north.
same time, that SU-85's got a beautiful little... Oh, gun jammed.
Oh!
Yikes. Uh, your
And
mouth is open like catching flies, bro. Stormschützen trying to get in before... Oh no, he's not going to be able to save him, but
nope.
I think this Faust is going to take care of it. No, he's not going to... Guys, the Faust, it's right there. It's 120 meters. You had it.
Ah, that's a shame. That's...
I think he's just going to get it in the building instead. Or not.
Oh, the other side shooting gets in the building. Yoink! It's like musical chairs.
Well, reloading.
Mm-hmm.
He's pinned, my bro. Okay, my dude, get your troops in there and fire the Faust.
Nope.
No,
Oh, wait, no, yes, he's gonna come to him.
here comes the Faustian deal. Loader killed.
Good enough. And there we go, surrender. And that's definitely going to ease up the northern side. If you look in the middle, the T-34 has been stressed out a little bit, and the Stug's going to get a good shot.
And gets another kill.
Gets the kill, easy peasy. So that's going to take back the middle, but down south, the Soviets are doing a pretty good job of holding that hill. They have that nice, like, town, village area in the northern side. And in the far south, got a really good position in that forest. I love that 45mm gun emplacement position.
Mm-hmm.
That is perfect spot for it. Nice and close range. Anything that comes down that road is just going to get destroyed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Two Yaks coming on in, trying desperately to push back, I think, some of this German infantry, especially that double squad of Beckvit Grenadiers.
Mm-hmm.
And pinning them down, that's going to be more than enough. The question is really, is there any kind of command in the area? I haven't seen that much command over here from the German side.
Yeah, I haven't seen a commander unit at all. I've just seen like a few, like one or two leaders here. Yeah, same for the Russians. Haven't really been seeing any command chains being dropped down, just one or two regular leaders.
Just like a flashback to the Patriot. Can you imagine just the sheer chaos of two masses of men having at each other? I mean, that's what we have here. I mean, we don't have no command and control going on. And with that happening, I don't know. Like you said that the Germans have a better kind of infantry, let's say, force depletion, to put it kind of goofily.
Attrition.
Sure, let's say attrition, even more so. But they don't have the tanks, do they?
Yeah, they definitely do not have the tanks against Soviets. I'm guessing Darrick. I mean, we're in sea phase now, so he must have a bunch of T-34s, you know, just hidden somewhere up his sleeve. It's probably a pretty tight fit, sticking a T-34-85 up your sleeve, but I think if you were to force it enough, you could probably get it inside. There's probably a magician out there who's done it.
Well, that's where the general keeps his armies. You know that.
Oh yeah, I just have a whole Panzer division in my sleeve. Let me just pull that out.
Let me just whip this out. Oh, Mel Brooks. So we're gonna have the stroke that's gonna come up over top of this hill, which is gonna be kind of humorous when the T-34s try to get their own little hiccup here. Are they actually engaging? No, they're just engaged in the infantry, are they not? Yeah, they're engaged in the infantry. Yeah. And we're gonna have some more carpet bombing in just a second here. He's gonna hit his own troops though too. In fact, he's gonna hit mostly his troops.
something Soviet way.
Exactly. They did not follow comrade.
Yeah. Danger close. Oh wow, that's actually that could have gone a lot worse for those guards, but that's pretty good point.
That's true, but they've just donated now the Zisgun as well.
Oh yeah. There's got some reinforcements being brought in, but not going to be fast enough.
Probably not.
But this is really, like, been pretty back and forth. I mean, once again, we are back to a stalemate. And it's really anyone's game. I think at this moment, like, Darrick, I mean, he has a huge point advantage over Tarsh. Like a 60 point a minute point advantage, and probably a lot of tanks to go with it as well. But oh, look in the middle. He's gonna flank if he's gonna use his Stugs to flank his T-34s.
Yeah, it's weird to see that.
I know, like you wouldn't see flanking maneuvers like this in SC-44.
This is tanks at 20 paces though, and one's already been jammed. Two, oh my gosh, this is bizarre.
It's the one thing I'm really loving about SC2 at the moment is we're seeing like maneuver warfare and flanking maneuvers.
Begelskrieg, yeah.
Yeah, you just wouldn't see many maneuvers like that happen. You usually just go around a hedgerow after you artillery the enemy tank behind it, and then use your Sherman stabilizers to blow it up.
I was wondering how you're gonna kind of like shaft that in there, but it's good to know. It's good to know. Oh, man. Okay, so in the meantime, though, I kind of thought that Sturmschützen was going to go a little bit further south and kind of pick up that T-34-85. But no, it looks like the T-34-85 is going to get down by, and the Sturmschützen's going to wait to play with the guards.
Yeah, that one tank down there for the Soviets is going to be a pretty big deal. As we see, the Germans have, if I count it, 0 tanks down south, and only 1 anti-tank gun. So,
Oh, that guy.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they got the Panzer, but the Panzer boys took it out, so you probably killed the T-30. Well, it only has 100 AP, but I have a feeling he could kill the T-34, especially if you get a side shot. I'm still not entirely confident in how armor penetration is calculated at ranges. It's still a little bit of black magic so far.
I think I had read somewhere, maybe I'm wrong. I think it still is a loose system, kind of very similar to the original one, where it's at 2,000 meters that's technically supposed to be the penetration. Now putting it on line's a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
I'll be able to look at that again for a second.
Okay, never mind. We've got a national being brought in down south. And that's actually a really good spot. You just slap it on the road, and round, you just shoot downtown from 2 kilometers with a Pank 43.
Well, yeah, as long as you put it on target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty easy to put on target with, you know, such a high penetrating gun. And yeah, first hit, spalling on the T-34. Second shot gonna come in, and
I was going to see, you know, a mutual death here.
I know it's always a risky thing of like open, like weakly armored tank destroyers now is that whatever tank you shoot at can also return fire.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, that's I think that's one of the reasons they gave his open top tank destroyers the aim time bonus, just to help counteract that. So you do have a little bit of an advantage to just, you know, just to stop you being returned fire immediately. But
No, yes, please.
no, just notice in the middle we've got this guards, like,
Yes.
push.
I was just going to comment on that. Yep. So we had also the Razvedka with their bazookas. And I think to a certain extent, yeah, these guys are supposedly fairly good in terms of scouting.
Mm-hmm.
I think the real reason we have them there is that they kind of fulfill that same kind of fusilier role that we saw on the Western Front.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they also have the bazooka, which is nice.
Yes, they do.
That's first American bazooka so far in this game.
Well, the guards, unfortunately, could be just out of position. They could have actually picked up that Strug, but the Strug takes a pounding from the back by the 57 mil.
Mm-hmm.
Engine damaged, engine destroyed. And I think one more shot should do it. Yep. Cracked him like an egg.
Easy peasy. But yeah, I mean, this guards push is going to go pretty well. Too bad his 2 T-34s both have pretty major rapid malfunctions on them, so you can't use them for fire support, because yeah, it'd be pretty useful at this stage. I'm actually quite surprised the really lack of artillery we've been seeing from both sides.
Well, there was a couple 120 mil mortars.
Yeah,
They're still over there to the west.
They haven't really been doing much, or it seems. It feels like they haven't been doing much. And on the right hand side, I mean, we finally got a Katyusha being brought out.
There we go.
So that's definitely a good call. I mean, you can never go wrong with Katyushas. It's like neighbor Earthers. You can't have enough Katyushas.
Well, they're certainly one of the most cinematic, I think, units in the game right now. That's absolutely, it's like, I don't know, like darkly beautiful, kind of terrifyingly so. I'm not sure if that's the right
It's like
thing or not.
orchestral with, you know,
True.
rockets coming out. I'm gonna look at this Katyusha as it shoots and just.
I'm just going to try to reset my camera so that we have a nice little beautiful shot as the rockets go down
Yep.
range.
Oh, yes.
And the rockets red glare. Lots of commies firing in the air. And yeah, well, that takes out an anti-aircraft gun. And there goes another rocket red glare. Was that a yak that just went down?
Yeah, I think it was the yak. But yeah, right getting into the later stages of this map, and I'm thinking Tarsh is going to be suffering from attrition just due to how heavy it seems he built his like A phase, B phase rise. I mean, he must be running out of stocks at this point, because you don't really get that many tanks.
No,
for
no. I
78.
think again, it's if you just take basic parts, I think it's what, 5 in A, 7 in B, or 3? No, 3 in A,
Uh,
5 in B, 7 in C. I want to say.
I'm gonna go with yeah. I probably.
It's just that you do not get a whole lot. I mean, we have seen our share of strokes going down, especially in that kind of north central area. We still do have some more, as you can see over here. At least one survives in the center mid. Um, but also, like you said, the 78th is not a tank division. It is an infantry division masquerading as a tank division.
It's a mechanized division.
I
It's
mean, let's
it's
put
literally
mechanized in
mechanized.
quotes.
I
What's
know
up?
it's funny. They do have 10 half tracks. 10 whole SDKFZ 25 runs. So you can put some infantry in them, which is nice. Oh, that J188 down south. If it's too big, 1,000 kilograms, completely stunned up everything nearby. That is nuts, the range in that thing. I mean, it didn't do like kill much.
Oh, he's gonna get killed now.
Oh yeah.
And will he kill something with his final breath?
Oh, come on, come on.
Oh, so close, actually.
Ah, oh, that's a shame. And the grenadier coming in, just getting a little bit too close. Yeah, actually no, that's actually a good move. There's a lot of those guys are already pretty stressed out.
It used to be that I was totally okay with being in the Air Force back in SD1 and SD2. That is not what you want to be in.
It's really scary bringing out airplanes now because they're probably not going to make it back.
Pilot unconscious, radiator overheating. Yeah, that's just a couple of things affecting that PE2.
Yeah, just
One
puffing
thing
that smoke.
one thing I do actually kind of like a little bit more is that the supply trucks don't seem to get captured anymore. It seems like they're much more willing to shoot those things up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's also the openness of the map. You have more reaction time to get them out of dodge when the enemy pushes. Well, in SD44, everything's so close together. It's like, oh, there's a supply truck behind this hedgerow. And you moved behind the hedgerow. I guess you get all this German ammunition now.
Maybe that's the case, but actually, if you see that little black plume of smoke there was a grenadier that was about 100, maybe
Down
300
south?
meters to the west. Yeah, it was by himself behind enemy lines.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a Katyusha that was coming up, and he just kind of said, well, I'm not going to call on you to surrender. I'm just going to blow the ever-living bejesus out of you. And
Yeah.
gosh darn it, he did it well.
But the southern side, he's so close to getting at Fort Tarsh, getting at like crossroads. But he just needs that tank, but he's probably out of tanks by now.
I really do like that PE2TB, whatever that airplane is coming out right about now for the Ruskies. Yeah, okay, sorry. PE283.
Yeah.
Those 600 kilogram bombs, that's a really, really hefty unit we're talking about there.
Hefty bomb load for sure.
Yep. Dropping several, not deuces, that's kind of the wrong term here, but dropping several hundred kilograms is pretty good. Interestingly, we are seeing now a recon plane coming in from the Russians, and from the Germans, well, just continuing to get those carpet bombings. Man, you think he was an Ottoman from the way he's dropping those bombs like a rug.
But yeah, it definitely feels like both sides have lost momentum and oh, yeah, kills a supply truck with that. Really good with the bomb and run. But it definitely seems like both sides have lost momentum with their attack, as they've all been pretty slow. Not really much going on.
Okay, that's hysterical. I think the Ju-188 helped take out that biplane just now.
I think yeah, I'm fairly certain he definitely helped end that thing. And that biplane didn't even manage to make it to the front line.
Katyusha go and level 10. No German, no problem.
Oh yeah.
And not to say a whole lot there, but the only thing you have to worry about now is these dudes walking around with Faust. It is actually like the Battle of Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
No guns, just a couple of Panzerfausts. The Buglit Grenadiers are going to do just fine. As the guards, I don't know. I go back and forth about the guards. I feel like they should be a lot more powerful than what they are.
Guards, I think Guards is the tough division to pick up immediately, especially if you're fighting against 5th Panzer in a more open map. But once again, you just 1-2 punch, Katusha T-34 push, and you can make a lot happen with that combination.
Actually, I meant the guards unit, but that's very true.
Oh, oh yeah, the guards, yeah, right. I mean, they're like that's just like a rifleman, really. Like you know, SD-44 rifleman.
We got to see the penal troops a couple of days ago, and frankly, those guys are legit.
Yeah, fun. It's like they're really fun. I mean, like, god damn, 20 man squad. It's just nuts. It's so many guys. There's so many bloody guys.
For some reason, we have a German truck coming down the road saying, okay, okay, I thought he was going to just donate that squad, but nope. They're going to do a team called back in. They're going to get, forced into a surrender pretty damn quick here, but that's fine.
Up north, we are seeing a little bit of maneuvering from Darrick with a T-34. I feel like he's going to go across this tree line, and then that Flak 88 is going to introduce him to German high-velocity anti-aircraft guns in a rather explosive manner.
Actually, you know what? There's not a whole lot of line of sight there.
Oh, never mind. He's been blindsided by the hill.
The Bavarians, on the other hand.
Oh, they could get the 18-8 off. That'd be... There's only one guy in that squad. If he... Oh no, he's been spotted.
Alright, okay, well, not... Okay, no, he's getting close. He's making a run for it.
Oh.
Here it comes. No,
Nope.
120 meters. It's just a bit too far for that softball to go.
Yeah, I really don't like how they made the anti-tank grenades only 60 meters now.
As if they weren't worthless in the first place.
I know. Let's just make them 120 like 100 meters, like with the other grenades. I think the Pioneer grenades are 100 meters, if I recall. This, makes sense.
Well, Stormschützen coming on in, so if that one Bavarian is not going to get him, the other ones will. That should be just fine there. I think this could have been over a few minutes ago had the Soviets just really been cleaning up. Here we go. We're getting an artillerist in. So I think we're starting to see what you were talking about. The Soviets running out of some legit material and being forced to kind of fall back on some of these, POSs, more or less.
Yeah, this is definitely turned into a warfare of attrition as we are past the 40-minute mark now. And if it was an SD-44 match, the match would be over, but Tarsh has managed to barely claw his way back. He only has that plus 1 point advantage, and well, it's going to take him 24 minutes for him to get a victory at the current flag rate. T-34 in north did manage to get killed by a Sturmschützen. And Tarsh has still got a few Sturmschützens up his sleeve, so he's got that going for him. And against the Soviet infantry, that's definitely more than enough. I mean, just goddamn 13 STGs. That's a lot of goddamn STGs, Khan. That's really a lot of goddamn STGs.
Well, like you said before, I mean, the 78th is all about the Stug life, so are the infantry. Infantry's about that too, man.
Yeah, I mean, the Stug is STUG, and you got infantry using STGs. All they need is you.
That's awful.
That was pretty terrible.
It's awful in all the best ways, though. It makes me just wish I was thinking about it myself. But, I was thinking about that, and actually, it's not really that important. What I was about to say was not even funny, nor really that appropriate. We are going to get a couple of T-34 85s, so it's 1944s coming on in. Those guys are definitely upgunned. They have not that much in the way of actually engaging tanks. They're there to engage the infantry, which is, I think, what we definitely need to be seeing.
There's only many tanks left over for 78th to be shot at to begin with. It's really just infantry from here on out. I mean, it's like one Nation in the middle, and that's it. And that's really it.
Yeah, wow, I didn't realize that, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's completely out of tanks. He does have anti-tank guns. Well, few anti-tank guns. The 88 counts as an anti-tank gun, really. Well, one just got killed down south by the PE.
The Katyushas are going to get bombed out of existence. 3, 2, 1.
Damn.
That was surprisingly mild. I expected even more than that.
Yeah, I didn't get the supply truck, but killing one Katyusha is still pretty good. And the Soviets really do not have...
Oh, wait a second.
What?
2 strokes up to the north?
Oh, okay, yeah, some Sykes left alive. Like I said, hiding them up his sleeve.
Yeah, not exactly what you expect there.
I know. But he must be running low. I haven't really seen much anti-air from the Soviets now that I think about it. I think I haven't seen a single anti-aircraft piece from the Soviets if I dare claim, if I dare to make that claim, if I can say that phrase correctly. Only took me 3 tries.
Yeah, but if you first you
Yeah.
don't succeed.
Try again. If you after that, just give up. There's no point. You gotta
First
know.
succeed. Skydiving is not for you. Yes.
Yeah. Oh god.
You've not heard that? I thought you've
I haven't
okay.
heard that one before. I
I was gonna
literally
say.
never heard that one before. That's a good one.
Oh,
I'm
thank
gonna
you.
save that.
Thank you. I wish I thought of it, but that's not mine.
Yeah. I do want to note, like, if you look down south at that tree line, you notice it's been bombed up a bit. I think that's been bombed. Like, or maybe I'm just an idiot.
The one that's got more craters on it than the surface of the moon?
Yeah, and it's like the trees are less thick. It seems like they've definitely been, or maybe I don't know. This match has been going on for a long time.
Well, Stormshoots are coming on in here too, and I'm pretty sure these T-34-85s wish they had some of those Automachiki or Desantachiki or... Yikes.
Where is he moving?
I think he was desperate just to pick back up another point here, and that is a donated tank.
Yeah.
Okay, back up. You do not want to be this close. You don't want to be this close, my friend. Okay, there we go. Okay, that was lucky.
And he completely riffs that last shot, but nonetheless. But Darrick, he has managed to get that lead, and he only needs 3 goddamn minutes to win this match. It's not much, and he has like he has a 2 flank advantage, so he does have a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, he does, but there's a T-34-85 that's holding down one little post in the middle part of the map. Oh no, okay, here we go. Slight damaged, the T-34-85 starting to engage the Stormschützen again. It's kind of weird to think that how close Tarsh actually might have come to stabilizing this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's really not looking good for him now. There's really not much time. I mean, he could probably capture that flag on the hill in the middle. That seems like to be his best bet. And then after that, what other flags that he can quickly take? Maybe they're running like the southern middle, where the artillerists and the other T-34s are, but still, that's a little bit tough if only one Sturmschützen.
It is. You know, I think I didn't realize you were right there. I kind of didn't realize that bombing forest does make the trees thinner.
Yeah, okay, I'm not going crazy. It actually does make it thinner, because that legit was not at the start of the match. That thin forest down south. That's really cool. I think it doesn't change the cover value, but it looks cool.
Oh, who cares? That's still awesome.
Better than, like, you know, the indestructible forest of SD-44.
Sherwood.
You know, you get flamethrowers and bomb that and artillery to hull them back, and it's just, you know, pristine as ever.
The Ents are fine with this fighting. Now, it looks like at long last, maybe one of the Ju-88s, 188s is going to go down? No, he's just going to spin away.
Fly, fly, fly away.
The Flak 43 takes out the Yak.
Yeah. I see, you know, like, flak, like, the flak cloud is super cool. It's such a,
Yeah.
And then, this game looks so goddamn good.
Yeah. Now, the unfortunate thing is that there's one Stormschützen that's keeping this thing from ending in a minute, and he's holding down one little tiny point.
Mm-hmm. This
Down to
is
south?
really
Yep.
tight. This is such a tight match. I mean, I think Darrick's pretty much out of infantry at this point, it seems, as his front line is really just consistent of T-34s.
And artillery pieces.
and artillery pieces. Like, this is really getting down to the traditional warfare so far. It's really just tanks at this point. He really only has tanks on the field.
Well, the funny thing too is that for the most part, his opponent does not have any more anti-tank on the infantry. He's just kind of getting like, oh, we're gonna start firing guns at you constantly from a billion miles away.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's two Stokes right now. They must have fired 15 or 20 rounds at this T-34-85. Just bouncing every single one of them. I mean, it's legitimately they fired. They must be firing for just.
Nash one just got destroyed by the T-34 in the middle, and that's a pretty big loss, losing that Nash, the giant rhino. But
I didn't even see it. I was just watching this constant. Okay, there we go. Finally, he's bailing out. After that, Stroke has now fired. What? Conservatively between the two of them? They must have fired 14 rounds or 15 rounds at that stupid thing.
Yeah. Something sloped armor. Comrade, we're slope armor. We enroll. Yeah, it's something along those lines. We're great scientist genius. We slope armor. See, no one done it before.
I don't know why, but there's T-30-45 that was holding a capture point, and he was like, you know what? I want to go deeper into enemy territory.
Let's go keep going and going and going.
Let's see what we got. T-30-45, T-34, 44, 85. It's just, yes, this gun's here. This gun's desperately trying to shoot whatever they can to maybe, just maybe, freak out guys enough.
Mm-hmm.
And at long last, we have more IL-2s. Okay. Where you going, my friend? Oh, anti-tank gun. Got it.
Yeah, it's the... Oh, yeah, it's a rocket run. Rocket IL-2s. It's going in. I think the German AA is going to be a bit... No, he's going to get the rockets off, and... doesn't really do that much damage, surprisingly.
I'm surprised he didn't go after that AA gun. They're just calling airstrike down on that position. But in any particular case, we are just a hair away. I mean, this is like, come on, just get that last little bit. You're just teasing me now, man.
I know this is still really quite back and forth, and I just love how the map's developing. Like in SC-44, usually the map is much more like linear. Well, here we have this big protrusion in the middle. Looks like a chicken bone.
Protrusion.
Bone.
You know what? That's absolutely right. That's exactly what you would think of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like we need just one bombing run. One bombing run to just blow a certain infantry unit away, and that'll be it.
That'll be the match, yeah.
Yeah. And that's rockets, and they miss the rockets. The bombing run comes in, and that's the bombing run, and there's a surrender, I'm assuming. There we go. And there collapses the front line.
Mm-hmm.
But, shockingly enough, he's not surrendering.
No, he's...
Wow, that's brave, man.
Is he... I think the Pioneer Fuhrer might be keeping him from surrendering, or the T-34 is really blind.
Maybe both. Pioneer Fuhrer, I don't think he can see. I'm not getting any man armor off of him.
That's kind of sucks at the moment. We can't see that. And we can't see like the leader.
And he gets blown up by something. I don't even know what he got blown up by.
J188.
Aha!
Dropped two big deuces right on top of him. Real dirty, ready to go. Oh, we do find out some Soviet AA, or American. Yeah, M17 down south.
Oh, there's this, yeah. Okay, fire the 12 steps at the Beobachter. Come on. This is not rocket science, guys. This is machine guns. No pun intended. Where are we? Get that 13th point, guys. I can't believe I'm actually rooting for the Soviets. I don't know. Well, I think it's fairly safe to say. Unless the Soviets get completely cleaned off the map, this might be it.
Yeah, it's just 1 point. All he needs is just one small point. It's just so it's crazy how much of a nice edge Tarsh is to losing, but Darrick just can't seem to push it over just a little bit. I think it's really just because of the fact he doesn't have any infantry, so it's really hard to rout out the German infantry, which are hidden all in the forests.
Hmm.
You can't just really ignore them. Even if you were to just ignore them, it's gonna mess up your front line, and you need to have front line on the flags to actually capture the goddamn flags.
Hmm. Well, as this goes down.
Yeah. But yeah, just look. Yeah, literally, Darrick is only buying tanks and airplanes. I haven't seen him buy pretty much a single infantry unit in the past few minutes.
You also note that those mortars have been in the game for the entire map. Like, legitimately, they've been there. The entire
Yeah,
map.
they haven't been counter batteried once, and there's even a stug, right next to him, just making sure they're safe. They're the guardian angel.
V109's moving in on this IL-2. The IL-2, if we can take out this position to the south. No, Darrick surrenders. And
Oh, that is
Tarsh wins.
that is
Look at that
nuts.
KD. Holy cow.
Jesus Christ, Tarsh. That is a lot of kills. Let's take a look at
Let's go. The losses are where it's at.
losses. Yeah.
Via the where's Longan? There's that one dude Longan that was going to be absolutely. Oh no,
Oh no,
Longan. He's only got 4 kills. That's
yeah,
weird.
only 4 T-34s. Flag 37 no killed like Farnbach, cheap
Yes.
planes, like
Yes.
even a small armored vehicle.
Look, and when you're trading your grenadiers for 5 squads of opposing infantry, that's a pretty solid way to go.
And then you got Hofer, the Sturmshooter, which knocks
Mhm.
out 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 infantry squads and an anti-aircraft gun. Like I said, the Sturmshooter can be really goddamn good. And one Sturmshooter knocked out like a few infantry and 2 T-34s. That's Christophorus.
Mm-hmm. Then we have Koch over here, the Stroke 3. 2 tanks, 57 and a guard. I mean, yeah, wow. Trading up the entire time.
Mm-hmm. And if you look at kills for the Soviets,
There's nothing to write home about.
There's nothing really, crazy. But yeah, that's a very interesting match. I actually got a question for the viewers at home. A discussion I want to start in the comments is whether you think it's okay for matches to be like over an hour long. Because that was a long match, Con.
Yeah, it was. It certainly was.
We've been sitting here for 57 minutes just bloody talking about it. But it's a thing right now of SE2 how there's no time limit, and how Eugene's trying to balance the game in the beta, whether or not it's a good idea or if it's acceptable for matches to go on for this long. Like, that could have gone on theoretically even longer if Darrick didn't tap out.
Well, at that point, we would have called in our backups, we would have called in the relievers, and,
Yeah, guys, you can just, you can stay back here for now. We won't need you. The match is over. Okay. But yeah, sorry, Con, continue.
No, exactly. We just call in the relievers, and at that point, we go grab a drink, see a show, come back and catch the conclusion.
yeah, but yeah. I can just imagine that right now, yeah.
That's a great point. So yeah, guys, honestly, whether it's Rank's video or that's my video, let us know in the comments below. What do you think? I know I feel a certain way about it, but I'd like to see if you guys feel the same.
Yeah, I'm conflicted personally. Both sides of having shorter matches and longer matches have good points to them. So, what do you guys have to say about it?
Well, for right now, what I will say is that I think it's time for us to go.
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, guys, we're recording this right now. Oh man, it's a real late night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock at night at the moment, which is pretty late for me.
Well, when you get older, I understand.
Yeah. God damn it.
All right, folks, we're gonna take it easy, but for right now, we'll see you guys all soon. For right now, then, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangaroo. Take it easy.